You know, Anna, after they said penetration in the end zone, they lost me. So, Sonny, is this a sign that this... By the way, that inappropriate joke I made for daytime television, scratch it. Make believe I never said it.
Make believe I never said it? So treat it like any other Joy Behar joke. All right, talk about a Super Tuesday, America. Finally, Caitlyn Jenner is on the show. Great to see her. She was here all day. We had a great time in the park today. She is limber, and we always have fun. Unlike Jimmy Kimmel, boy, what a sad slide he's been on. Oh, reminds me of his ratings. They're lower than Joy Reid's IQ. Now, if you told my 10-year-old self that I'd have Caitlyn Jenner on my talk show, I'd be like, I have a talk show? And who is Caitlyn Jenner? Then I would tell my 10-year-old self who Caitlyn Jenner is, and I'd be like, holy what the hell is going on with this world? Then I would ask, is Mr. T still Mr. T? But then I would calm down, and I'd be totally psyched. So when you have a sports legend on your show who's also trans, you're going to have to tackle the elephant in the room. Yep, to paraphrase Roy Scheider in Jaws, we're going to need a bigger Wheaties box. Yes, the Olympics welcomes its first trans athlete. And thankfully, we have a few athletes on this panel tonight to talk about this. Not Kat, of course. The last time she ran anywhere was from the police. But as a former Olympic athlete, I do have some thoughts. Yep, I bet you didn't know I was in the Olympics. I sure was, until they banned the dwarf toss. But I even made it on the Wheaties box. Here you go. Take that, Count Chocula. Still, I don't know how much I should care about women's weightlifting. My idea of women's weightlifting is watching Kat try to pick up my wallet. And can you find a smaller subgroup of society than women's weightlifting in New Zealand? Well, maybe Seth Meyers fans. I know.
Damn.
And who knew New Zealand had an Olympic team? I mean, I know they have a government. They're quite a sturdy bunch. So out of 7 billion people, the trans athlete issue is commanding quite a space. But should everyone have an opinion? I live by a very simple rule. Don't get angry about anything if the people closer to the issue aren't angry first. I came up with that rule a week after I was married. Meaning, if the people directly impacted by this stuff aren't willing to speak up, then why should I? Now, maybe they're pissed off, but they can't say so because they're scared for the very same reasons everyone is scared today. They don't want to be ostracized for their beliefs. In the modern era of wokeism, even people possessing real experience that enables them to speak out, they get swarmed by the mob, too. Just happened to Rita Moreno. She had to apologize for defending a non-white director for not being woke enough. But then again, we are talking female weightlifters. Why should they be scared of anyone? They can crush you with their thighs. And they charge a lot for that on Craigslist. I really should get a new safe word. It's harder. My point is the people who should be getting upset about competing against trans athletes should be the athletes, their parents, their significant others, their coworkers at the Postal Service. But if they can't voice their opinions because they fear attacks by hardcore activists, how can the rest of us help? Maybe that's the point. People critical of trans athletes competing against biological women bring up the hard work biological women put into their training, all to see them losing their spot to an athlete who looks like me in a onesie. There's a reason why people take male hormones to enhance performance. Now, you could have separate teams for male, female, and trans, but God forbid we violate the woke sacred rule of inclusion. You could do away with all criteria altogether and let humans play together like co-ed soccer back in school. But except a real sport. But even in those games, you can't escape the innate sex differences. Rules usually require an equal number of sexes per team because men and women are different. Something I have to remind myself when I accidentally walk into the wrong sauna at Planet Fitness. It's not common in head-to-head sports to have men compete against women due to physiology. But in open-class sports, you can mix up the sexes, you know, like a party at Kat's apartment. In equestrian sports, females compete with male jockeys. In dog sled racing, male and female mushers directly compete. In the NCAA, men and women compete against one another in rifle shooting, which is great prep work if you're planning to move to Chicago. There's ultimate frisbee, which allows people of different genders to match up and play, usually between their shifts at Hot Topic. But after that, my analysis collapses like a Chinese-made lawn ornament. Those are the exceptions which might prove the rule. We are dancing around the 400-pound weightlifter in the room. Sex differences. Not you, Tyrus. It's everywhere. They could have caught him, but sex differences are everywhere, including this sport. That's curling. Now, maybe this sport should be female because it involves a broom and sweeping. Is something a sexist might say and something that I would condemn. So we live in a time where we can't speak the truth. The gulf between our thoughts and words is wider than an Olympic soccer field, and it keeps getting wider, especially about biology, which is a shame because we could actually make progress if we were open about the progress itself. Period. Let's welcome tonight's guest. Her preferred pronoun is winner. California gubernatorial candidate Caitlyn Jenner. This Mercedes has liberals looking like Fiat. American Conservative Union Foundation senior fellow Mercedes Schlapp. Her tongue is so sharp, she's only ever eaten grated cheese. Fox News contributor Kat Timpf. And try to follow in his footsteps, then you'll spend a lot of time climbing out of his footsteps. My massive sidekick and host of Def Set on Fox Nation, Tyrus. Caitlyn.
I'm here.
You're here. I would say you're here, you're queer,
Yeah.
Get used to it, but we've heard that before.
Yes, I know. But we talked a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
For the first time. I thought we kind of bonded.
I think we did.
I thought it was a great
When you
conversation.
sent me those photos, oh my God.
Oh my God. Were you excited about them?
I was excited 3 or 4 times over the course of an evening.
Actually, before we get started, I have a very personal question for you.
Absolutely.
I would like to know the answer to this. I heard it through the rumor mill.
What?
And the question is, do you have a bug-eyed Sprite?
I don't know. I don't.
You don't?
No.
No, I heard this through some people in the bug-eye world. I have a bug. It's a car. A little Austin Healey.
No, I have a fast. I thought it was a medical disorder. I'm going like,
No.
my eyes.
And Austin Healey, bug-eyed Sprite.
I have a Facile Vega, an HK 500.
Oh, okay.
It's in the same era. I did have a Nash Metropolitan, which I sold to Dana Perino at a loss.
No way.
Yes, because she can drive a hard bargain.
Really?
Yeah, it's not the only thing she can
But no, I have a
drive.
bug.
My
I thought
car.
we had that in common. I thought it would be a good way to start it off.
No, but you know what? It was close enough because I'm a car junkie, and you're a car junkie.
I do enjoy it.
Kat's just a junkie.
You're right. I can't stop doing so many drugs all the time, all day long.
Yes.
Drugs. It's how do I come to work every single day?
I'm guessing high.
High. You're
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Incredibly high. Where am I?
I don't know where you are. Tyrus, good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
Tyrus had almost missed his flight because of a storm, but I told him he had to get here because you were on.
You told me.
Yes.
Is that what we told? Okay. There's been a lot of lies said in this monologue today, so I'm going to correct a few things.
Okay, please.
Number one, I am always, forever, as long as I grace the presence on this show, the elephant in the room. Okay? Let's just keep that real. Number 2, it's 356-pound weightlifter. Get it right. And 3, you had no idea what a bug-eyed Sprite was. You went through, I saw it in your little gleam of your eyes, every perverted thing you've ever done in your life, and you tried to figure what you did with a can of Sprite in somebody's glass eyeball. I guarantee it.
And I think there was a cicada probably
Yes,
involved.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
Might have been.
a bug-eyed Sprite. There you
You
go.
were deeply concerned.
Very concerned.
No, I thought, okay, somebody in my past reached out to Caitlyn Jenner and told them about something I did.
In the
Bug-eyed.
Peter Pan play.
A new move. Yeah.
A new move, exactly. Do we even want to talk about this topic?
I can think of nothing I am less qualified to talk about. The only thing that I have less experience with than being transgender is probably playing sports.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know sports. I don't
And
even
that's fine.
understand them.
And I've been weightlifting for literally pretty much my whole life, and powerlifting is a hobby. My only issue, and it's been consistent through this whole thing, is when it comes to genetics. When you break down DNA, if you are more inherently male, if you have male testosterone, you're going to be stronger. You're going to have more developed muscles in your shoulder and stuff, which is a huge advantage with lifting. So I kind of feel that there should be a third division for fairness, but in this situation, this individual isn't even in the top 5. So it's still, as far as world class goes, there is an unfair advantage if you are genetically male,
Right.
in competition, just because that's just how it is.
Yes.
So that's my only issue. I have no problem with being the Olympic. I think it's great, but I think we need to be aware of that.
I am a bug-eyed Sprite.
My high school mock trial team was totally co-ed.
Well, let me, Caitlin, the athlete isn't in the top 5, but what if she knocked somebody out to get her position from, say, the New Zealand team? Is that wrong? I mean, should the parent? I just don't hear enough about how the other athletes feel.
Yeah, from an athlete standpoint, I think a lot of women, especially when it gets down to the younger athletes, okay, at that level, the Olympic Committee has been dealing with this issue for a very, very long time. To be honest with you, back in the 60s, they started taking saliva tests of all of the female athletes to make sure their DNA was right. This is the years of the East German women,
Right.
the Soviet women.
Yes.
I mean, I was in the weight room, my last lifting workout, and this East German girl came in, and she was out lifting me.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, this girl was so strong. I couldn't
Caitlin,
believe
are you sure it was a girl? She was a girl?
well, she took the test.
Okay,
So
there
they've
you
been
go.
dealing with this issue for a long time, and they do have guidelines. And supposedly, she has followed all of the guidelines. So I have to respect that. But it's when, like in the state of California, obviously, when it gets down to high school levels,
Yeah.
where there's a massive difference, then it becomes unfair. And there's no regulations at that level.
That's true.
So, and it has to be looked at.
Yeah, it's.
But honestly, if you pass everything that the Olympic Committee put out, I am okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. But not at the younger, it's not
Yeah.
controlled.
If I was tested, I would pass a lot of things.
Well,
Mercedes.
yeah, well, I have 5 daughters, and one of them is a lacrosse player in high school. And that's always a big concern. It's protecting the girls' sports, I think.
Yeah.
And what's been, I don't want, like, Tyrus to, like, go and get a lacrosse stick and compete against my, daughter or anything like that. That could be dangerous.
You just shattered my dream.
Although I could see you wearing a really cute skirt, Tyrus. I don't know. But
That's more his world. I just kind of sit here and
but for
wait.
these girls that have
Just asking you to try it on once, Tyrus.
So, but for these girls who practice day in and out, that really, that's their focus. And think about it, for decades, how many female players have been out there advocating for we need to give more resources to girls' sports? Because guess who gets all the resources?
Yeah.
The boys' sports, the football programs, the baseball programs. That is why you need to have more of this.
More resources than mock trial gets.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.